All right, what's up? It's Cowboy. It is Thursday, 8:30 a.m. EST, and today is my double header day. Going to be on Rogue News in a matter of hours. So, we just had the data come out for unemployment data, and actually, I just made a nice win here on a trade. Let me exit this trade really quick. Da, 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 da. I've been doing these shows since last year, about a year, and I found myself like focusing on the show and not trading. So I had to tell myself, you know what, need to trade a little bit more. And I have a new strategy that I'm going to share with the private group for trading news. Okay. So, those of you who have been following me for some time, I do not trade the news, right? But I found a way that I can trade the news, but the conditions have to be really specific. So we're going to talk about that after this show is over. And usually that takes about 10 minutes. Sometimes we go over. If we have people asking questions, say, hey, can you please chart this, chart that? I might take it a little bit over. We got Brad King in the house. Good to have you on, sir. Brad, I know you're working pretty often, so you can't always be on here with us. So I do appreciate that you are here. Let me share the screen really quick. I'm going to zoom in too here. Via the Gorilla in the house. How are you, sir?
What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? Good morning to all of you. Thank you for joining us here at Algo Factory, where we make dreams come true through hard work. Hard work, determination, and following what we tell you. If you do that, you will be successful.
It's true. Yeah, your success is actually contingent upon your work effort. Because what we do, anybody who's actually completed an algo using the system that we put together, I don't know anybody who has not been profitable. Right now,
Right.
The trick is getting through it. Thank you, Brad. Always a pleasure to you. Because this is, in general, if you want to develop a business that makes money, like consistently, that's going to take work. Like, you don't just go quote unquote like bootstrap and open up. This isn't 1960. You can't just open an insurance agency and put up a sign and people come your way. Like, this is a little bit different. But under any circumstance, I don't care if it's a restaurant, I don't care what your business is, it's going to take work. So
Yep.
a lot of people, get into trading, think they're going to click buttons and get rich. And this is just not the case, man. I don't know. Do you get that view where people think, oh, they're going to sit at home and click buttons and make money? Like, how many people you think actually think that's how it works?
I think a good 30-40% probably think that, hey, you know what? All I got to do is click some buttons and make things happen, and it'll magically, start making money.
Yeah, I would say those 30 some odd percent of people have never tried trading.
Yeah.
That's them. Because if you have actually gone into trading and given it an honest try, then there are two probable things that have happened. And I would actually venture to guess, unless you got lucky on one or two trades, it's only these two things, right? One, you worked really hard, developed a system, and became profitable after a number of years, right? And it doesn't have to take that long, but usually it does. Or you lost your money.
Right.
You got in, click buttons, money go bye-bye. Okay. So let me see here. Hold on a minute. Clown's asking a question. When will Cowboy return to his computer, his show? What does that mean, Clown World? Clown World's in our private chat asking that question. Return to his computer, his show. Yeah, I don't even know what that means, bro. You gotta elaborate on that. Anyway, yeah. So you're either gonna develop your system, test it, take the time to do it, become successful, et cetera, or you are going to probably lose your money. I need to send the link to the show over to these guys in our private chat. They're too obsessed with what we have going on over there, and we do have something really big going on over there. So I understand that why they might be obsessed, but let me just tell them. Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin really quick, and we'll take up the next few minutes of the show to look at that. Let me just take a look at the algo. Okay, still relatively bearish. Look, unchanged from yesterday. We're at a kind of a slow time in the market where where things are just kind of, consolidating right before the halving. And a lot of people think that the halving happens and everything magically goes up and everybody gets rich. And that's commonly not the case. It's actually with the halving, it could go up right afterwards, or it might not. Sometimes the halving ends, and after, say, 4 or 5 weeks, you actually get a retracement. So a lot of things happen at the halving, especially with the miners. When the halving happens, a lot of miners will actually have to sell a fair amount of their Bitcoin to fund their operation for a period of time, because the amount of Bitcoin that comes through is cut in half. And while the value of that Bitcoin will most likely go up after several months, in the meantime, their income is cut in half. And until Bitcoin doubles, they're stuck. So you have this sell off often that happens right before or after the halving. Not after, but well, actually, it could be after. It's whenever they've gathered up their Bitcoin and they're ready to sell it. They have to fund their ops. So some people think that that might be partially why we see that sell off around the halving. I don't know. Things are following the pattern, just getting a pre-halving pullback. I don't really see anything different. But if you look at the charts that I've drawn, at least over the past few days, Bitcoin is certainly doing what I thought it would do. So let me zoom in on the daily here, and where it's just consolidating and pushing downwards. And I have options to go down, I have options to head up. This solid arrow is not my most likely option. I just made it solid yesterday for illustrative purposes. So, don't read too deeply into that. But right now, like if you see 3 or 4 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, you see that I had price bouncing around in the current area, and that is literally what it has done. If I had to take a guess, I would guess the price is going to go down to the kind of 58 range if I just had to guess what's going to happen next. But it might also be that we see price get held up above 60 via the gorilla, who is like, I don't know if it's witchcraft or whatever, but V just calls these things so well. What do you think is, oh, I haven't even, dude, oh my God, I didn't share the screen. I'm freaking dunce, dude. Hold on. V, where are you, bro? You can tell me I didn't share a screen.
Oh, I didn't even know you had a screen up.
Dude, I didn't share the screen. All right, let's.
No, I know. I didn't realize you were going to.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess the explanation that I gave is good enough, but I'm gonna redo that. I'm so sorry, folks. So like I said, the last few days, you can see these kind of lines that I drew, and I drew these live. You can go back 2 days ago to the show, and you can see that I drew these out. Like, this is unchanged, and price has done what I thought it would do on at least one of these contingencies, and more or less on all these contingencies. So I know what the F I'm doing. You, the gorilla, like I said, who has this just uncanny way of calling things out. And of course, we know why he does. We know who you, well, we don't know who you know, but we have an idea of the kind of people you know, the level at which they operate because of the deals that you do around the world. And by the way, if you need to buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin or buy or sell gold, please talk to V the Gorilla. He will take care of you. What do you think, dude? Do you think we're gonna drop down into the 50?
I think what you said earlier, consolidation is occurring. I think we are at that 61 to 63 level. If we do pull back, and there is a chance that we can, I don't see it dropping below 58. So 58 is going to be the hard point, and then it's going to be marching back up, and it could go back to 68 or even 70, 71, 73.
Yeah, so that's a pretty high probability scenario, considering that the liquidity that I've drawn out, it actually bottoms out at 58. Now there is liquidity below that. Anything can happen. What we're saying is not guaranteed. It is certainly not investment advice, but price could drop lower than that. It's possible. But when I last looked at the liquidity charts, that we didn't have that showing up. So let's go ahead and God, look at our chat. Look at our private chat, dude. Everybody's stuck on one thing. They're they're stuck on one thing, and they're not paying attention to what makes the real money. Let's do this here. We got to find a way, V, to take that that tendency and make money off of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because we're the opposite. We actually want to help people develop something that takes time and gets results, but it seems everybody wants that quick fix. So we gotta I don't know, take advantage of some people. We gotta be bad. Will you say that? Should take advantage of people?
No.
Nah, I'm just kidding, dude. We're not like that. So yeah, liquidity, not a lot of like strong liquidity. No real, if you look at the left-hand side here, there's not any thick blocks like there is to the upside. So upside, you got one at 63 and definitely like a strong one at 64. If I were to mark the main upside liquidity, it would be at 64 and it would be at like 70 to 71,000. So that's where most liquidity is. However, in order for price to grab that, the charts need to favor a move up. That's the thing. And they right now they don't. But if the charts do change their mind and favor a move up, then the liquidity, and I've already drawn this one out, it's still pretty much there from yesterday, but that line right there is more or less it. So yeah, that's Bitcoin right now. Mr. Feeps, what up? Mab Vet, good to have you. So it looks like that's what's going on. Before we move over to the private lab, V, is there anything that we care to chart for the wider public?
No. Let's get into the private chat.
Private chat. All right. Well, thanks for putting up with the lack of screen. Hopefully you were able to imagine those numbers as I talked about them. V the Gorilla, sir, can you please get us out of here?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, don't sit on the sidelines wondering if this is for you. Join us. Make a positive impact on your bottom line. AlgoFactory.tech. Join us or die.
Join us or die.